Let's dive straight into a massive update from Microsoft today. In this explainer, we're looking at a vital piece of gaming history coming directly to your modern hardware. There's a huge ongoing conversation in the industry right now about video game preservation and how easily we lose access to the medium's past as hardware constantly evolves. Well, Microsoft just scored a massive win with the community by unlocking their vaults and giving PC players a seamless way to access these retro titles. So are you ready to play original Xbox classics on your modern PC? Because if you've been nostalgic for that golden era of console gaming, this announcement is absolutely going to make your day. We're talking native backwards compatibility, finally bridging the gap between those iconic, chunky original Xbox games and your sleek modern setup. Emulating that original architecture has historically been notoriously tricky, even for the most dedicated homework communities. So getting official native support directly from Microsoft, that is a major technical milestone. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the return of Xbox Classics. To really grasp the weight of this, let's look at the timeline. Back in 2015, Microsoft took the E3 stage and announced backward compatibility for Xbox consoles. The crowd went absolutely wild. It was a total mic drop moment for the industry. Now, nearly a decade later, the final piece of that puzzle is clicking into place. They're expanding that exact same capability beyond the living room console directly to Windows PCs and gaming handhelds in an early release. And we've got an awesome initial game lineup you can play right now. We're talking Blinx the Time Sweeper, Conker Live and Reloaded, Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge, and Fusion Frenzy. Each one represents a very unique slice of Xbox history, from ambitious platforming mascots and unapologetically mature humor to legendary dogfighting and ultimate couch party chaos. It's a carefully curated taste of history, and Microsoft says even more titles are planned down the road. Moving right along to Section 2, how to play and where. You basically have two super straightforward paths to jump in. First up, Xbox Game Pass. These classics are included with all subscription tiers, making them instantly available to millions of players right out of the gate. Or, if you're the type who prefers permanent ownership, you can make an individual purchase directly via the Xbox app on PC. They aren't forcing you into a single ecosystem model, which is always great for consumer choice. But honestly, this next part is a real game changer. Digital license transfer. Simply put, if you own it on console, you own it on PC. If you bought a digital license for any of these specific games on your Xbox years ago, they are automatically yours to play on your PC and handheld at no extra cost. In a modern gaming world full of endless remasters and mandatory upgrade fees, honoring a decade-old purchase across totally different hardware is practically unheard of. The whole idea here is to play your classics literally anywhere. You can jump seamlessly from Xbox consoles to Windows PCs to supported handhelds like the ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X, or even use Xbox Cloud Gaming. Picture this, you start an intense match in Crimson Skies on your desktop rig, save your progress to the cloud, and pick right up on your handheld during a flight. The physical borders between your devices just completely melt away. Now, you might be wondering, Section 3, will your PC run it? Let's check those base system requirements first. Before we even talk chips, you absolutely must be running a Windows 11 operating system, and your graphics drivers need to be updated to at least January 2026. This strict requirement isn't just arbitrary. Bringing 20-year-old console code natively to PC requires some incredibly sophisticated emulation wrappers. Microsoft is relying heavily on specific security features and rendering protocols built right into Windows 11 to ensure these legacy titles run flawlessly. When we look at the minimum specifications, the barrier to entry is basically zero. You just need 8 gigs of RAM, 4 gigs of VRAM, a standard 4-core 8-thread CPU, and an older GPU like an NVIDIA GTX 950, AMD RX 5050, or an Intel Arc A310. Seriously, a GTX 950 is a nearly 10-year-old graphics card. That means even a modest budget laptop or that aging family desktop sitting in the corner instantly becomes a dedicated retro Xbox console. But if you want the absolute optimal modernized experience, you'll want to hit the recommended specification. We're talking stepping up to 16 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of VRAM, a 6-core 12-thread CPU, and a GPU like an AMD RX 6800S, NVIDIA GTX 1070 Ti, or Intel Arc A770. Hitting these specs gives a system the overhead needed to push higher, upscaled resolutions and maintain a rock-solid 60 frames per second. It's the exact same classics, just way smoother than they ever were on original hardware. Oh, and achievement hunters, listen up. While they aren't live on day one, achievements are officially coming to select classic games later this year. The Xbox achievement ecosystem is notoriously addictive, right? Layering that modern meta progression over a 20-year-old game brilliantly bridges the gap between past and present. Get ready to hear that highly satisfying pop while dominating a match in Fusion Frenzy. Microsoft isn't just porting old games here, they're actively tearing down hardware walls and proving their vision to make gaming truly hardware agnostic. With this robust foundation laid and the promise of more legacy titles on the way, the vault is finally wide open. So I'll leave you with this. What legendary original Xbox game do you want to see added to your PC next?